Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right. So any problems?
No.
Treatment of depression improves your overall health and can help you recover from the stroke. Depression is not unhappiness or a bad day. It is also not sadness.
If I was to say one word that differentiates sort of a sad mood, gosh, this is a terrible thing that's happened to me, and a frank depression, it's a sense of hopelessness. That might differentiate the two. I'm useless, I'm helpless, I'm hopeless, and those are the things that, for me, if I start to hear those words, I get very concerned.
So, what does depression feel like? Here are the common symptoms of depression: persistent loss of interest, agitation or lack of activity, indecisiveness or lack of concentration, change in appetite, disturbed sleep, low energy or fatigue, or feelings of worthlessness or thoughts of suicide. If you or someone you are caring for have 2 or more of these symptoms for more than 2 weeks, contact your doctor or social worker.
So there's no stigma to having the depression, there's no stigma to having the medication on board. It's an energizer, and it allows you to participate more fully in therapy, which then results in better outcomes in terms of the stroke rehabilitation process.
My
Foot's not. Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Family members can help by encouraging and facilitating leisure and social activities and providing emotional and spiritual support.
It's critically important to allow stroke survivors time to talk about what's happened, because only by talking, sharing, can the healing begin.
And that's our whole focus on rehab, is we want to go on living. We want to get past the damage, we want to get past the disfigurement, we want to get past the losses and still find that life is good.
Family members experience their own emotional journey. When a stroke occurs, it can change relationships. This can be triggered by fear, anxiety, grief, hopelessness, and intense worry about the future.
Everybody in the family has their own grieving to go through and their own process, and they'll all do it differently. And again, I try to encourage them to do it together, and that it's okay to be an individual and to have a different reaction to what's happening. It's okay to react and to process it differently. Some people will howl, some people will cry, some people will isolate, some people will engage. But again, they don't have to do it alone. We can do it together. And the families that do process the whole thing together, I think, do better in terms of adapting.
Caring for somebody who's had a stroke can also at times be quite complicated and quite challenging. And the nature of the relationship with the stroke survivor may also change. Often short-term memory can be affected, so the patient may not remember that the spouse was in to visit the day before, or a family member was in, and may accuse them of not having come to see them, and that can be very upsetting for a spouse or a family member.
A lot of our clients want to withdraw. They don't want to go out in public because they might drool. We encourage the family to take them downstairs to have a cup of tea, to take them downstairs to look, to see what's happening. We encourage them to take them outside, just so that you can rebuild their confidence and get them back into the swing of things, and try not to let them isolate themselves. And let them know, you know what, you're right. You have all right to feel the way that you do. But here's how we can help you feel better.
We also encourage patients to become involved with our therapeutic recreation program, to engage with other patients and families on the unit.
You start off small. Initially, they may not really be too receptive to doing too much in the beginning, so it might just be that you're socializing with them. And then you might say, oh, you used to knit, or I see that you used to play cards. We have lots of adaptive ways now that you can pursue that again.
If they were able to use the computer before, you can take them down to the computer lab, and just the thought that they can access their computer, you know, you see their eyes opening. And I think that as humans, that's one of the things that help us heal. Our family, our friends, hope, joy.
Whether you're a family member or the stroke survivor, there are some basic steps you can take to manage your mood after a stroke. Learn about the stroke and its impact on the brain. Talk to your healthcare team about any questions or concerns you may have. Take time to grieve and acknowledge your losses. Talk to other stroke survivors or caregivers to learn from their experiences and join a support group. Stay in touch with family and friends for emotional, practical, and spiritual support. And set goals and work toward them, always remembering that small steps are big victories.
No such word as I can't do this, or I used to do this, but it's what I'm doing now. I'm lucky I had people at Providence, outpatient and inpatient, that believes in me.
It takes time, just like speaking, getting, being able to talk again took time. Your emotional well-being also takes time.